Hi there, I'm Nicole Duplay. I'm chair of the Otter Specialist Group. Ask yourself, what is the biggest emergency in animal conservation? Is it the saola, a little known species? Is it the Haitian Cynodon? No, I think the biggest emergency is much larger. It's elephants, rhinos, pangolins that are being deliberately driven to extinction by greed, by the illegal trade, which is so hard to track and to stop. Meanwhile, the rest of the world would like to see these species unmolested, and yet they are fast disappearing. So, there are always winners and losers among the otters as well. I think one of the species I'm most concerned about is a southern river otter in Argentina and Chile. Its numbers have been dwindling for years. I think it's on its way out. But the other day, on the Alibaba website, I saw an offer for southern river otter skins up to 10,000. Now, this otter is protected in Argentina, and there are not 10,000 southern river otters left. So this is the reach of the legal trade, that it can wipe out a species. The southern river otter is still found here and there in patches. Fishermen consider it sometimes a competitor. It's caught in nets. But I think it can carry on with a better network, better enforcement, and also better understanding. But there are very good news stories with otters too. The giant otter used to be considered one of the most endangered animals in the world in the 1970s. It occurs in South America, in Brazil, the Guyanas, Bolivia, Peru, and it's doing quite well now. You can go to the Pantanal in Brazil and watch it all day. This was brought about by international legislation like CITES, which protected it from the fur trade, and also by strict conservation measures in the 13 countries where it occurs, and it worked. It's still labeled endangered, but it's certainly not as endangered as it used to be. Another good luck comeback is the North American river otter, which was reintroduced very carefully into 28 states where it had been extirpated by trapping and habitat loss. And they are doing very well. It's the only species among the 13 species of otters which is rated of least concern in the red list. Another success story is the sea otter, which was nearly wiped out in the early 20th century, late 19th century. Now we have about 150,000 that range all the way from the Russian coast across Alaska all the way down to Southern California. Is it out of danger? No, it's still considered endangered, but it has very healthy populations and enough to ensure that it will continue for a long time to come. So, good news stories? Yes. Is there a region where otters are more endangered than in other regions? Well, the area I really worry about is Southeast Asia. There are 4 species of otters, and in some countries, such as Myanmar, they have almost totally disappeared. In the northern part of Thailand, in Lao PDR, remnant populations remain. They're targeted by the fur trade, again, illegal fur trade, habitat loss, conflict with fishermen. But we have set up a very active program in that area, which has been going on for 8 years now and is only accelerating thanks to otter workshops, training new otter biologists, training law enforcement agents to recognize otter skins and to make seizures. But most of all, I think the thing that carries the otter program in Southeast Asia, which gives me a very optimistic view, is the enthusiasm. Otters have made a spectacular comeback in Singapore, which can only be called a concrete jungle. Why? Because the waterways are now clean, there are a lot of parks, and there are 50 otters that have made a comeback. They are one of the most popular tourist viewing opportunities in Southeast Asia. So otters are resilient, and they can come back if the right conditions are provided. The other thing that we must remember is that positive trends are possible if you work with local communities, if you train new individuals to conserve a species. The otters are there to make a comeback. Thank you.